All right, man. Artur Beterbiev destroys Marcus Browne. I believe it was the eighth round. Let me double check that. Yeah, it was the ninth round. Excuse me. He knocked him out. Let's talk about it. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Now, I had just woke up in time for the fight. I woke up, it was like 11:07 or something like that. I'm like, oh man, I missed the fight because they said the ring walk should be about 10 Eastern Standard Time. And then by the time I woke up, shit, I seen any brothers in the Discord. It was talking about how the car was terrible. I turned on ESPN Plus, and they were just walking to the ring. The national anthem was super duper long and stuff. But check the fight reaction playlist, and like I had before, kind of what you see for most better BF fights. You might not do nothing in the first two rounds as far as on the cards, but he's, people don't talk about him as one of the better adjusters, best adjusters, one of them in boxing. He make adjustments. He make adjustment with just foot positioning. All right. That's how he make his adjustments. And Marcus Browne was doing really, really good. But the question was, could he move like that all night? And he didn't fight like a Derrick James fighter. I think I was him and Derrick James first camp. And he took an opportunity at 31. That was probably like the last bit of prime we was gonna see him, unless he won the world title. But he was doing good early on. He was working his angles, and he gave Artur Beterbiev some issues as far as finding anything. Beterbiev refused to throw to the body most of this fight. For most part, then he refused to throw his jab, and for the first two rounds, Marcus Browne should have just tried to get him out of there. Now, it was a bloodbath because Marcus Browne initiated the he initiated the head clash. I don't think he did it on purpose, but he initiated the head clash, and it was a mistake. And I think he might have I think he might have had I think he might have cut himself too. I'm not sure if he did cut himself or didn't cut himself, but he might have cut himself in that head clash. But I don't think it was the blood per se that woke up Beterbiev. I think it was if we being honest, I think it was he just got his positioning down pat. That's exactly what it was. He got his position. I think he liked to get his feet up under him first and then figure it out. You know what I'm saying? Because early on he was just, applying pressure with Marcus Browne or just following Browne around the ring, and whatever he calculated, he calculated. Now, one of my homies from Texas, he hit me right after the fight. He said he quit. J Lab Sports TV said he quit. That's hard to come back from. So people saying he quit, like I said, I ain't in the one taking that punishment. All right. But people saying he quit because he just let the time run out on his knees. But it wasn't that uppercut. It was those two liver shots that he hit him with. And Beterbiev just refused to go to the body, bro. That nigga just refused. I mean, when he went to the body, this would have happened about 3 or 4 rounds ago. You know what I'm saying? This exactly what happened. And but this what happened when you when these PBC fighters cross the street. This what happened when these PBC fighters cross the street, bro. He took a chance. He had an article. He had an article in boxing saying he wanted to change the narrative, and he took the initiative to cross the street. I mean, he could have positioned himself to fight the other champions in the division, Joe Smith Jr., Artur Beterbiev, Dimitri Bivol, and so on. He literally could have positioned himself to fight those guys, but he went for the gusto. And most PBC fighters, people talk about, they can't cross the street or whatever situation may be. This dude sounded like he requested to cross the street. And I'm telling you, if these dudes want to cross the street, they can cross the street. But I don't think one camp was enough time for him and Derrick James to Derrick James to establish that to establish what he needed to establish too. But at the same time too, I think it was huge that he got out his neighborhood, right? It was some issues with him and his baby mama. You know what I'm saying? It was some issues with him there, and I think it's, they should have moved down to Texas, and he have another crack. He can beat Joe Smith Jr., bro. Facts, he can beat Joe Smith Jr. He can beat Joe Smith Jr. But yeah, these dudes cross the street, and they for the most part get their head cracked. They keep crossing the street. They keep getting their head cracked, and he's not building these fighters the right way. But Beterbiev just made the adjustment. He dropped him earlier. He just his speed. I think his speed, his hand explosiveness. I think it surprised. I think it surprised Marcus Browne. He was jumping in with He was jumping in with a really quick and a fast power jab. He was jumping in with a really hard and fast power jab, and then his hand speed when Marcus Browne went into the when he went into the peekaboo, Artur Beterbiev hand speed became a problem. He's the only champion of boxing to stop all his opponents. It's only 17 fights, but he showed today that he didn't lose no step. He showed today, and Marcus Browne, like I said, he has some. He got some. They both got a little bit of reach on. He had more reach, but you know, like I said before, he just, I just think he need more time with Derrick James. I think he'd be a better fighter after that. Maybe the rematch and come back and do his thing. But people saying that he quit, man, I ain't taking them punches. Then with some thud and body punches, then with some colossal body punch, you can hear them. And then their audio was so good and up there. I think they was in Montreal. Their audio was so damn good that you heard the referee. And I never heard a referee threaten to take points. Yeah, I was in the Bell Center. I never heard a referee threatening to take points for stepping on the foot. He was threatening to take points from Beterbiev from stepping on, because the Southpaw Orthodox, he was stepping on Browne foot. But yeah, ultimately Marcus Browne, when Beterbiev started putting water in the basement, it opened up everything. It opened up Marcus Browne head completely in his body, and there wasn't nothing that he can do, and he just couldn't take the punishment. He was taking the shots for a few rounds. Outside the second round, he didn't win shit else after that. And he started taking punishment at will. You know what I'm saying? And then Beterbiev was able to get inside and let his hands go. Then Beterbiev hand speed just became a big factor. Then he started splitting his peekaboo with an uppercut. Then he started touching the sides. Early on, he would jump in with that power jab and just run combinations to his head. Marcus Browne could take the head shots, but when he got on the inside and listened to John Scully, Scully told him, he said, "Now it's the time to throw body shots." He said, "In the gym, we told you not to throw body shots to keep sparring partners there, but throw them." And then it took him a few rounds to throw them, but then when he placed them, pop, pop, it opened up the uppercut, it opened up the hooks, it opened up Marcus Browne all the way together. Browne couldn't move no more. Browne couldn't move after the second for real, because he just moved too much. And that's not a sign of a Derrick James fighter, but yep. Once Beterbiev started learning that fast power jab and going upside Browne head, it changed the fight. And then with Beterbiev sat there and placed his shots into the body and then went upstairs. Browne couldn't recover from the body shots. You know what I'm saying? He couldn't recover from them. So man, that's pretty much that pretty much was the narrative of the fight. Was when Beterbiev listened to John Scully and went to the body. The fight was over with. The fight became over with. And like I said before, I talk about Beterbiev, Canelo, all that shit tomorrow. But um, uh, Beterbiev was just a different animal. But Browne could come back from this. He young enough. And then get better with Derrick James, move out of New York, move out to Jersey, New York City area, move down there and just, do his best for him. And I think more focus and consistency with Derrick James, he gotta be all right. But these PBC fighters keep crossing the street, they keep getting smashed. You know, and they just got to find a way to season and bring up their prospects a lot better. But Marcus Browne was one of the prospects that was brought up, solid. Had Pascal, who ended up popping hot. You had Badu Jack. You had Hot Rod, Thomas Williams Jr., Campello. He had some good. He had some. Shit, he got Aaron Pryor Jr. on there. He fought my homie Otis Griffin. Out to Otis. You know what I'm saying? So he fought some guys. So he's one of the dudes that actually was brought up half decent. Lennon Castillo, you know, he was actually brought up half decent, but that didn't save him. But hey, check out the Fight Reaction playlist. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel on my social media link subscription, Twitter, the fastest way, to Facebook, and Instagram. We try to get a business question, require response, video questions. Just want to chop it up. Want to make a financial donation? Appreciate those. Cash App CJ Good 313, Venmo CJ Good 313, PayPal link description. All the information in the description. Appreciate that. Best way to donate: thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, comment, that subscribe button, is the bell icon button, hit all notifications. Appreciate a chance to get notifications, go live, drop a video, check the Fight Reaction playlist. Let me know what's in the comment section. Peace.